Finish him.
Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Hit that like and subscribe button. Check out my boy Viral Side Hustle. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Let's talk about Shawn Porter. And I'm a little calmed down after my little outbursts in that Wilder video, but go check it out if you haven't seen it. All right. But let's talk about these welterweights. Supposedly one of the most exciting divisions in boxing, but these guys only just started fighting one another 2 years ago. All right. So Shawn Porter and his pimp, Kenny Porter, not pimp, his trainer, father, Kenny Porter, has listed off a number of fighters that he wants Shawn to fight next, with number one being Manny Pacquiao. Let's talk about that first, because Manny Pacquiao ain't looking to fight Shawn Porter. Manny Pacquiao not looking to fight a football player for 12 rounds. Manny Pacquiao is not looking to take punishment for 12 rounds. Manny Pacquiao is not looking to wrestle in a boxing ring for 12 rounds with Shawn Porter and his large, too big for his mouth, teeth. Okay? He might cut Manny Pacquiao's face open with those teeth. He can't even put a mouth guard on. It's too small for his mouth, but that's beside the point. Shawn Porter, Manny Pacquiao. I think that's an interesting fight, but it'll never happen. So let's not even bring up Manny Pacquiao. Ken Porter, a.k.a. Shawn Porter's pimp. But let's go on to the next one. The next one I believe he mentioned was it Terence Crawford? You know, it doesn't matter. We'll talk Terence Crawford. We'll talk Errol Spence. It really doesn't matter because you're not going to get either one of those fights either. But I'll explain to you why. Now, but your biggest bet, your biggest bet here is going after Terence Crawford as opposed to Errol Spence. And I'll tell you why right now. Now, you already fought Errol Spence, and it was a good fight. It was a close fight. I was thinking that Spence was going to take care of you in under 10 rounds. I thought you would get stopped, but you didn't get stopped. It went 12 rounds, but you did get knocked down. You were wobbly. You did do the stanky leg. I saw it. I saw it, Shawn. You went down. Almost, well, it was worse than when you went down against Adrian Broner. But you got knocked down, and that ultimately sealed the deal for Errol Spence. Now, Errol Spence is coming off of a hellacious injuries that he suffered in a car accident, and I'm sure he doesn't want to go through that again with Shawn Porter, especially not his next fight. Now, Terence Crawford, this could bring some legitimacy to Terence Crawford. Now, I know how everybody just loves Terence Crawford, and he can do no wrong, and he's from good old Nebraska, right? So Terence Crawford is stuck over at Top Rank fighting bums. Like the most recent bum he fought that knocked him down. But referee didn't call it a knockdown, even though it was a knockdown. But Terence Crawford over there fighting bums. Aging, getting older, right? That's what y'all say, right? Y'all say they're trying to hold Terence Crawford hostage with the negotiations, but multiple fighters in the welterweight division have said they will fight him. Just make sure the business is right. Now, to bring some legitimacy to Terence Crawford at 147, because unfortunately your promoter wasn't able to do that by way of Manny Pacquiao before he lost to Jeff Horn. Why wasn't Bob Arum able to get Terence Crawford that fight? Didn't Manny Pacquiao work for Bob Arum? Didn't he do whatever he says? Why you ain't just pay him to escalate your fighter? If that would have been Lomachenko, you would have paid him, right? Okay, anyway, we're not going to talk about that aspect of boxing, but Terence Crawford versus Shawn Porter. I think that's a good fight. I think that's a very good fight just to see how Terence Crawford reacts to a fighter who's got a lot of heart, who's going to come forward, who's not going to give up and not going to quit. That's one thing I give Shawn Porter credit for. If you overlook the lack of boxing ability that he offers or the lack of fundamentals. Remember they was talking about, remember what he said about the Ugas fight? He was like, my teeth too big for my mouth. I was fighting Ugas and, I showed y'all how I fight. for 12 rounds and how I can box. I showed y'all I can bounce and box. I don't have to ruffle my opponent up. Remember, I was big-ass teeth were in his mouth, spitting all over the place, all over the camera. Had to get windshield wipers for the lens. No, Shawn Porter, you're not a good boxer. But you do know how to shit on your opponents in that ring. I got to give you credit for that. You was giving Keith a good run for his money too, man. I like Shawn Porter fights, kind of. But I still like to see him versus Terence Crawford just to see how Terence Crawford fares against him, It's really good for these fighters who are chasing one fighter because Crawford's chasing Spence, So why don't you fight some of his leftovers for now? Because I doubt that fight gets made next. Fight his leftovers, and let's see how you deal with Shawn Porter, and let's see if you can stop Shawn Porter. Since whenever Shawn Porter steps up in competition, he gets put in a body bag. Simple as that. Kell Brook, body bag. Keith Thurman, body bag. Errol Spence, body bag. Okay? It was body bag season for a few years. You did beat Danny, though, but, he was begging for that fight. And y'all both was coming off a loss, if I'm not mistaken. But again, you coming off a loss and you wanna fight some champions again? What part of the game is that? All right, so we know Shawn Porter probably, I really sincerely hope that they push to get that fight because it seems like the Porters want that fight, but it really looks like Crawford don't want that fight. Anyway, moving on. Shawn Porter, Errol Spence, not going to happen. Or did we already discuss that? It don't really matter because the welterweight division is so messed up right now. You got, who's that coming down from 154? Austin Trout's coming down from 154 to fight at 147. For what? You too old. Then this article says that Shawn Porter should be fighting guys like Yordenis Ugas, already fought him. Keith Thurman, we already saw it. Josecito Lopez, David Avanesian, come on, man. Lipinets, oh, that's interesting. Josh Kelly also, you want to feed him to Josh Kelly. Okay, I'd like to see that fight. Josh Kelly versus Shawn Porter. Amir Khan, no, I don't want to see Shawn Porter versus Amir Khan. To me, that fight makes no sense. But I never get tired of watching Amir Khan get knocked out, so that might be an interesting fight. And then another rematch with Kell Brook. Come on, man. Just stop it, okay? Shawn Porter needs to go out there, get him a win. So maybe a Josecito Lopez, a David Avanesian, Sergey Lipinets is not out of the equation. Maybe you can fight that. Maybe you can fight that crash test dummy. Who was that crash test dummy from Russia? Why can't I think of his name? He's beating the living shit out of Tim Bradley, giving him all type of bumps on his face before he rallied back and won. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But let me know what you guys think. Kenny Porter is lobbying for Shawn Porter to get a big fight, which I understand. Against one of the big three fighters, that'd be Manny Pacquiao, Terence Crawford, or Errol Spence, a rematch with Spence, which I doubt will happen. Doubt the Pacquiao fight happens, especially if you look pretty good in beating Spence or in losing to Spence. Manny Pacquiao only fights fighters who knows he can beat, and I don't think he feels he can beat you, so he's not gonna fight you. Simple as that. Hitman Boxing. Drop your comments below. I'm out.
The dirt. As a shorty, I was studying my roots. Quiet dude, neutral, playing everything cool. Been a lot of things, I ain't never played a fool. Young OG and I'm pouring up a deuce. Catch me riding with a bad chick beside me. Feeling glorious like life is astounding. Let's get high and sit on top of a mountain. This right here should have the real niggas bouncing. Yeah, chill God back in effect. I do it for the love, but I'm trying to get a check. Need that respect, ain't no doubts about it. If a nigga hesitating, I'ma snatch him out it. Tired of these niggas thinking they know me. I was on my fifth life back in 03, doing things that they could not imagine. They just wishing code names be Aladdin. Real niggas since day one, A1. You know what it